And we're back. All right, so we are back. We are now about to get into, well, I think we are about to get into some more interrogation of Mr. Kurosaki there. And I do now realize that his last name is not Kurosaki. It shows there on his little tooltip, it's Kralazar, but we're going to ignore that.
I was trying
I
to
was
figure
gonna
out if
say,
he
I'm
was
like, he's
trying
just
to
fucking
hide
lying.
No,
it was like, I don't have a reason to make an insight check, even though he's clearly using a made-up name.
No, his last name is really Kurosaki. We're just going to ignore the fact that they named it Kralazar, because I liked I enjoyed saying Kurosaki more than I enjoyed saying Kralazar. So outside of that, you don't understand. He is shifty, right? But he's also a pirate. Come on, guys. Just like,
In
you know.
the same vein of My Immortal, this is Kurosaki Ichigo's character rewrite. I'm bringing bleach into space.
He pulled out his throbbings on Pato, and yeah, no.
It's also a vampire now.
Yeah,
His sword hungers for blood.
Yeah, we put Kurosaki in manacles.
In manacles. Okay, so is this before you start?
I'm Ebony Rosemary, bone hollow, darkness.
It took me way too long to realize that the way at the end of it is because she wants to be related to Gerard Way.
It's not just like Raven Way, the road.
No.
So do y'all put him in manacles before you get started as you're making your way towards the command deck, or kind of
I think so.
I mean,
it's
whatever
like, listen,
point in
it's
the
like
process.
nothing against you, my dude, but
okay.
We don't trust
like whatever.
You. Like we get into the other room where we can like start having this conversation, and then the manacles happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
as soon as it becomes obvious that he can't even reliably tell what time, like any amount of time, his narrative is just useless to us. It's just like, all right, well, maybe you're crazy, maybe you're not, but you're going in the handcuffs.
yeah. He understands. He doesn't fight. He accepts it. He's like, I get it. You know, you don't trust me. I'm just some nobody that's stuck here on the ship, and I've already told you about one big brain-eating monster that's behind a door, so you want to be cautious. That's fine. As long as you take me with you, I'll do whatever you want. So, are you ready to get started? Because I, you know, quicker we get through this ship, quicker you get out of here, quicker I get out of here.
What color is his blood?
Red.
Does he like the wounds and injuries that are on him? They don't include the round thing.
Yes.
Are they like fresh? Are they like
no? Everything is either bruised, scabbed, or has dried blood. The claw marks on his arm don't look great. Maybe a little bit sickly.
Yeah, Beat is just going to say, I'm just going to prick a part of your finger real quick. It will only take a moment. And
you're gonna break apart my finger?
Prick a part of.
Oh, prick. Okay. Yeah, sure. He sticks his pinky finger out.
This guy's way too obliging. He's going to like fucking. Sorry, Peter's not actually the same as a character, but he's expecting like a. He heard this story of researchers years back who had come across some sort of thing and they had to kill it with fire. He feels like this might be one of those situations, but he's just gonna
Thing have a name?
It was just called The Thing, as far as me. That's what the last storyteller called it. But yeah, he's just gonna prick just like the thin skin just above the fingernail, thing, and just get like a single pinprick of blood and double check that the color makes sense.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, red blood starts to flow. It's warm.
I mean, he's not touching it. He's just looking.
Yeah, I mean, it drops on the floor. No acid seems to come from it. No, it's not green. You know, He doesn't have any chest marks or any bulging in his chest. It just looks like a regular old human.
Okay, what the fuck's in this command room?
Yeah, we head on up.
So yeah, can we get going? Says Kurosaki.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Elena kind of is like, she agrees as well. Yeah, okay, look. If you don't want him with us, just kill him. Let's go. And she just starts walking, tickles the doorway, goes through, and goes up to the battle prow. Yep. She is not waiting for y'all anymore. So rushing behind her.
We're going with her.
Yeah, we're going with.
All right, we're going back up to the top deck. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so these are the doors. But Elena kind of stops for a second. She's like, you want to check out any of these doors? Any of these rooms back here? She kind of points down the corner.
I think we should start from the top and work our way down. That way nothing like sneaks up behind us or gets past us.
Agreed. Sounds like a good idea. We can get to the top, make our way down. We can check out the prison deck later, but for the most part, keep it moving. We'll hit everything. So, all right.
And Beta will bring up the rear.
All right, so we are going up. Bum, 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 bum. Now we are going to be up here.
So what level is this?
So this is the bridge deck. You know, this is getting annoying. Nothing's on the map anyways. Let me just adjust this real quick. Save city. There you go. Okay, so doesn't actually give you a
Oh, there's a little side profile down.
yeah, down there. So if you give me one moment, I will color code that side profile for you. So cargo deck. I'm gonna draw a line on it. This one. And of course, this one, this one, this one, this one, this is this one. Purple, this one, which also has a little bit of this one. Ah!
I was already doing purple.
So it's actually this one right here. And black will be the one that you were doing, that was purple. That's this one. Uh-huh. Okay, excellent. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, and you saw him where this little
What-
green dot is
What
initially.
does love feel like?
What does love feel like? Warm and tingly, and burns like acid reflux at times.
Perfect. What do we see?
So yes, so you are making your way up to the bridge deck. Everything looks kind of like abandoned. You don't quite know how long the mind flayers had been dead before the humanoids arrived, but it seems much longer than a week or two. Likely
Have we found any indication of the dead mind flayers? Like their bodies, their
you have yet
bones.
to encounter any dead mind flayer bodies. The Nautiloid's bridge has a high ceiling. Stairs ascend to a forward observation deck and towards the stern. A ladder climbs to the top of the balcony. Those two sections there that you see on that side profile.
Dale's gonna climb up the ladder.
To the back.
Check the run.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, is there anything
On
this level?
nothing at that on that level right there on the back of it. Although you do see across the way. Second. There are stacks of ammunition that were being held. So you can see a good chunk, maybe more than 25 of just in a quick glance of weapon stacks that are sitting over here.
And these are
I'm
for
sorry, that's
the
not where the
bullets
observation
and
desk. Over here, right
these-
across where you are.
Yeah.
assorted weapon.
They are they're ammunition for ballista and mangonel, stones and bolts.
I'm gonna leave
Gotcha.
Tansy on this level, but just say that Tansy is gonna fly up and just perch up here to watch everything on this deck from a bird's eye view.
Okay, so Patane's gonna fly up to the command deck or to the same deck you were on.
Yeah, basically, like I'm assuming this is all one. Like it looks like it's one big open room down at the bottom.
Yeah, kind of like that
So
whole
like
top.
she's gonna be perching up, like I guess on that command deck level,
Mhm.
just looking so she can kind of like watch this whole big room.
Yeah. So actually, okay. So I was mistaken on where that thing was. So where you are right now, Del, is the spell jamming helm. Lying on the floor of this raised platform is the headless body of a mind flayer. This will be the first mind flayer you've interacted
Oh, is that
with.
not going to be all the way up?
No, there is another one up there. So this is the
Oh.
spell jamming helm. That's where I was confused, as I thought it was up there, but I was mistaken here.
Weird.
The dead mind flayer lies in an otherwise open space where you imagine the ship's helm used to be. So, although this map doesn't quite relate to the map that we had when we were playing in Icewind Dale, because they hadn't fully released Spelljammer at the time, so that Nautilus and this Nautilus are a bit better or different. Up there is like the captain's chair, but this is the Spelljammer's helm, because
Okay.
like just like how you have, Sartell and Flapjack. Not always is the captain the Spelljammer, and so where you are, you can see the imprint on the floor of where the helm used to kind of plug in or sit down, and it is missing.
Okay. Well, I'm
There.
gonna shout down, Captain. Looks like the Spelljammer is missing. Also, straight across, I'll point. Looks like there's some ammunition. Might want to mark that for salvage.
Mm-hmm. And does Tansy still go up to the command deck, or is he going to stick with you now that you know?
Yeah, Tansy's gonna fly all the way up to, like I said, she's just kind of perching.
All right. So, from your impression or from what Tansy can see, there is an impressive chair poised at the end of the catwalk, so that its occupant can look down onto the bridge floor. Green glowing maggots crawl over the chair's current occupant, another headless mind flayer's corpse.
Interesting.
There is some
Okay,
weird weaponry that seems to have attacked these mind flayers. Perhaps none of y'all have encountered any sort of have had any experience with the way these blades cut.
Sartell, does glowing green maggots mean anything?
Just a pest. Why? Did you find something up there?
Apparently.
We finally found the true owners of this ship. Been odd. Haven't seen any yet.
They're missing their heads.
Oh.
Didn't you say that you checked out the like captain's quarters / nav room while the other guys were getting eaten downstairs?
Kurisaki says yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But you said you hadn't encountered any mind flayers.
Yeah. Not ones that are alive.
Okay.
I want to search what I'm assuming is the Spelljammer mind flayer,
Yeah.
since he was on this
So
level.
are there actual weapons laying around that did this? What do you mean we're unfamiliar with how these weapons cut?
It's like, well,
Like the wounds are weird, or
yes, like it's not like a
Okay.
typical like blade slicing across it.
So we don't see lightsabers laying around.
No,
We just
but-
see the effect of a lightsaber wound, and we're like, "What is that?
yes.
What
but-
can cauterize wallet cuts?"
Yeah, it's like this, like very, it's like a very clean cut, like as if you're like like a molecule blade, kind of thing. Like the sharpness of this cut for his head is just. There's only one kind of people that do it, and Sartel will chime in and say, they're missing their head. What does it look like? What does the wounds look like?
Clean.
Clean. Well, no mind flayer would go down cleanly unless you were able to get it on by surprise, or the Gith have been here. And at that moment, Kurisaki will shake his head. Yes. Oh, yes, they've been here.
Sigh.
And he didn't seem fit to tell us that?
Well, I looks to Sartel. I mean, you thought y'all. Well, they were the first ones here. I mean, who else would be taking care of mind flayers but the Gith? We sure as heck weren't crazy enough to go against the mind flayers. I mean, he kind of looks at Sartel, and Sartel is just like, "That's right. I forgot. Y'all are still new to the Spelljammer. I did suspect that this was the Giths, but never be sure until you really have that hard evidence."
Does Beta know anything of the Gith from his interplanar interactions?
Not by name. They don't really take the time to to kind of dive into explaining it. If you wanted to ask when we're back on the ship more about like what do they look like, and somebody can draw you a picture. But as far as like your few times of when you've been on the rock and your planar travels, no.
Cool.
Does the mid-level mind flayer corpse have any maggots on it?
No, it does not. And you said you were searching.
Yeah, I'm gonna start searching that one by hand.
Yeah, and you find an spellstone. You aren't quite sure what's inside it, but you can tell that it's it's resonating with some power. Some type of store or spell must be stored within.
Okay. Into my pocket that goes.
Yeah, outside of that, you don't see anything else. The body wasn't wearing any kind of like armor outside of its typical clothing, which is stained with its blood at this time, and has, given the fact that these bodies have been here for. Oh yeah, that's right. Does anybody want to inspect? Or Del, do you want to roll a medicine to see how long it's been here? Or Rosemary, Bitte, you want to go up there and take a closer look?
I'll do some medicine on it.
I don't know a lot
Beta.
about that kind of stuff, so.
Oh, if helping, then yeah, that's 25.
Okay. So yeah, it's the mind flayers have been dead for 2 weeks, if not more. Their bodies are definitely in a state of decay that's starting to shrivel.
Okay, good to know.
I guess I'll check the captain as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can climb up another set of stairs. Up here, you see it's flowing around. Now, how do you interact with the chair with these maggots? Are you
With a mage hand.
with mage hand? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't
you're
want to
kind of.
touch it with my body.
And how are you dealing with the insects? Shifting them out of the way, avoiding them, crushing them.
I mean, I'll just kind of be ignoring them. Like, if there's one that's like on a pocket, I'll just kind of flick it off with the mage hand and then reach in and
Okay.
feel around.
You kind of like you shift them out of the way as you're picking up the pockets. The headless mind flayer just kind of slumped in its chair. You don't really quite find anything of value in its pockets. However, you do notice that there seems to be this button, something kind of on the inside of its chair, left and right. Pressing it doesn't do anything. Perhaps there's another way to figure it out. Want to roll an investigation?
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Hot
So
diggity.
you're able to, find a kind of like a safety switch that you're able to press. It's kind of located underneath, so you kind of have to press underneath and on that side button, and out pops from the arm of the chair this long black tube made of this kind of obsidian-like material. It also seems to be glowing with some magic, and you shake it a little bit in your mage hand, and there's something inside. However, as you pick it up and move, your investigations of this body have disturbed these maggots enough that their wings seem to like pop out these weird bioluminescent kind of lights that allow them to float, and this swarm of insects seems to attack and swarm around the metal tube. Do you bring it closer to you?
All right. Moments of inspection. Does it look like they're doing anything to it? Like, are
They're-
they eating through it,
they're
or are they
kind of
just
like-
buzzing around?
They're kind of like attacking it, but they don't seem to be making any headway when it comes to actually eating into the metal tube.
I'll lower it down a little bit.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think I can get all the way to the floor, depending on how tall this is. But just can you say, "Hey, Captain, what's up with this? What does this mean?"
Oh. Well, you got two options. Kill him, or you don't bother with that thing. Those maggots can be, they're at most a pest, but you gotta be careful. Sometimes they're poisonous. I'm sure if you just left it alone for a while, they'll go away, but I don't know how long a while is.
Rosemary, do you think you can? You've got a way with fire.
Yeah, let me I will
Get away with fire. I thought you were gonna ask her to like talk to him.
I mean I can try. I could like if I talk to them in Sylvan and be like, leave that alone. Is there any response?
They do not respond. They do not know Sylvan.
1 second.
Do you happen to have like speak with beasts or anything that would affect beasts?
I might. Give me a second. I have speak with animals.
Okay.
Sorry. I'd have lots of spells. I have summon beast.
Good work.
As a warding wind, I could like blow them away.
The first and the last option are very good. You can always do the second option if you want to fight them.
Yeah, I'm gonna try doing yeah, I'm gonna do gust of wind on it.
All right. Nice.
Light of strong wind, 60 foot long, 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. A creature that starts its turn must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line.
Okay.
Where are
you pushing them?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so like step aside and like I'm gonna push them towards, because Dell is here, right?
Yeah, Dell's at the top right above you. Basically like on a on a catwalk right above you all.
I'm gonna go up to join him up there and be like, so how far is your range for like your mage hand thingy?
30 feet.
Okay, so like take a step back if you can, and then I'm gonna this way. Because this is the way, or wait, was it here or was it, where is it?
It's at the very end where Tansy is.
It's at the tip of the penis.
The tip of the penis. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a step back and warn Tansy of what I'm gonna do, and I'll do it like out like this way.
Okay. Yeah. So, and at the same time, Dale, how are you gonna manipulate the black tube?
Once it gets off of there, and you might even be able to like shake it, you should be able to pull it towards us.
As soon as she pushes the bugs away, I'm gonna force pull it back to my hand and catch the tube.
Okay. Yeah. So, very effectively, wind blows the insects. They get caught up in it and they flutter away. So they're kind of just like now in the air, just hovering out here. But without anything that they were attracted to, they kind of just lose interest. They can't see where you are. At least they can't, like, they don't sense you out that far. And they just slowly just start to, like, calm down a little bit. And then now they are kind of just hovering and crawling on the wall. Still a few insects on top of the captain's chair, but for the most part, you know, they're not there.
Neat.
Nice, go team.
All right, let's see what's inside this thing.
You know, you crack it open, and it is a scroll. You have Arcana?
I do.
Are you proficient?
I am.
Roll.
Oh, thank God. That was almost a 3.
It is a spell scroll of Wall of Force.
Ooh. This is pretty big magic.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll be able to help y'all in the uneventful ship that we're on. Okay. So no spell jamming chair. No. You've gotten the couple of items from the 2 dead mind flayers. Bitte, what were you doing down there with Sartell and Kurazaki?
I think I was push to talking without push to talking. Uh, if I'm not on the Discord channel, it will occasionally just do like a long series of beeps because I'm hitting any key,
Yeah.
and that is annoying. Yeah, so with Sartell and Kurazaki, I think he is just really focusing on being as alert as possible. So I suppose he would also potentially notice things within the space that could be like that could be useful or interesting or of note.
Yeah.
But he's if he identifies anything, he's alerting the other 2 and not like looking into it himself.
Okay. Roll me perception with advantage as you are kind of looking around, hearing things. Wow.
Hot doggy.
All right. Hot. Goddamn. All right.
Take it
I
down.
noticed his third eye blink.
You've noticed, because you've kept a good eye on Kurosaki, that he keeps looking at these stairs. He just keeps looking over and back and around. He doesn't really even seem to take mind, except when, Dell and Rosemary kind of inquire with him about things to what's above him. Nor does he pay any attention to Elena. He just, like, every, minute or so, not even minute, like maybe 30 seconds, just glances over at those stairs. Like he's wary of something about to come up them.
Beta will hold an attack with he'll pull a dart while he's just standing there looking, and he'll hold an attack to chuck it at any alien and unknown forms that should happen to poke their heads up
Yeah.
or come up those stairs.
What attack are you?
And
You have like your dart out, so it's like ranged, or you have like
yeah. He pulls a dart just because he doesn't know which side it's going to come from.
Okay. All right. So he kind of, you walk forward a little bit.
He doesn't like pull it out and brandish it, but he like they're just standing there, but he just pulls it out and holds it.
Right. So you're definitely.
But he muscles are like relaxed, ready. He's got kind of like the boxer thing where like, oh, they're about to start like bouncing between their toes.
Yeah. All right. Do you take any steps forward? Yeah, you can just stand where you are and just kind of like, are you slowly moving forward towards it? Okay. Yeah. So as you
I-
start
I'm
making
pushing
at
like,
like
one step
almost
forward, just so he has a little bit of distance between him and Kurosaki.
all right, almost as soon as you take that first step, Kurosaki like turns to Sartell. Hey, why don't you go help out Dell and Rosemary? I mean, you are the captain. Perhaps there's some extra hidden things that we'll be kind of aware of, something that you might be more aware of. And Sartell ponders it for a moment and says, "Yeah, that seems like a good idea." And she's gonna walk up and begin crawling.
Does that seem like that was a magical influence?
Roll me Arcana. Are you proficient in it?
I'm not proficient.
Okay, roll me Arcana with disadvantage. It doesn't feel great, but it just feels like something like you aren't happy. You more so you aren't happy with the fact that Sartell left him behind with while he's in manacles and everyone else is gone. You don't feel like that was something that Sartell would have done, but you also see the value of what he was saying. She is a captain. She is familiar with she's already shown that she's had experiences with mind flayers before, even if she did say that she doesn't really interact with them outside of the two that she knows because they're little odd little friends. But you're not happy with the fact that that she just went up there with very little argument.
Tell me, Kurosaki,
Huh? Yeah.
how long did it take the others?
What do you mean? Hey, and by the way, can you I feel like I haven't done anything this whole time. Can we get these things off?
How long did it take the others to catch on to the fact that you are the threat here? You had to realize it.
Bitte, what are you talking about, man? Look, you pricked my finger. You
I will
did all
play
these
your game.
experiences on
As
me.
long as I need.
What was that?
I will play your game as long as I need to.
I'm not playing a game with you, man, Bitte. Like I'm just trying to survive. Would it make you feel better if I left as well? I can go up with Sartell.
No. I like you where you are.
Okay, I can come with you. Here, let me help you. What are you checking out over here?
Stay where you are, please.
Hey, look, man. I have no weapons. I'm just a.
Then there is nothing for you to worry about. You stay right there. And I will keep everyone here safe.
Sure. All right, Bitte. Balls at your court. What are you doing now?
Just waiting and watching.
No more. You're not moving any further.
Nope. Staying right there.
Okay. What kind of manacles did y'all put on Kurosaki? Like
Manacle.
iron?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like your standard clap on irons kind of deals.
Okay. So he takes a step this way. He's like, "Hey, what do you think is back here?" And he tickles this door. He's gonna. Are you gonna walk in? Oops. Huh. He turns back out. There's nothing here. Don't worry.
Do those stairs in front of the door lead down or up?
They lead.
That should be
I'm
down.
gonna guess they lead up because they're the opposite
They
direction.
lead up. They lead up. The one in the middle leads down.
Okay.
The one that is
The one on the sides lead up?
Reed,
the
that's
ones
not
on the
how
side
this
leads
works.
up to the observation deck. Right? So these two should go
Yeah,
up.
those are upstairs. The one in the middle, these are downstairs.
Okay, so when he
Yes.
goes in, Beta will come around here to maintain visual on him.
Okay.
And the door.
He's gonna come around here. Okay, good. And are you looking at the stairs or are you looking more at Benito sorry, as well as Benito, but Kurosaki.
Beta just has his eyes relaxed. His eyes aren't focused on either, but he's just maintaining a solid a solid like panoramic of his peripherals.
Okay.
Because he clocked him staring in anticipation down there, and he saw this here. So in his head, Beta doesn't know what this guy is, but he's pretty convinced that this individual is either something that was left and created by the Mind Flayers, a Mind Flayer with some sort of magical abilities, masking as a human, or something else entirely. But he's just like, there is something downstairs. It's waiting for your cue, and you have me alone, and I'm going to fucking be ready, you piece of shit.
Like, I don't know. This is not the thing, guys. It's not the thing, right? Anyways, as I mentioned before, everything is very dimly lit. It is very shadowy underneath those stairs of the observation deck. Even looking down the battle deck, your perception has noticed. It's odd, but a lot of the little orbs seem to have been plucked away in the front half of the observation deck. You said he does have what?
Beta has a torch.
As a torch. Okay. So as you get closer now, you're able to kind of get around a little bit, and you see it. A hoof hiding in the shadows that are flickering. You didn't see it from before. You're not quite sure why. You had a pretty good vantage point. Maybe just the way the light flickered. Maybe the way how this room is just so dark. So there it is. A hoof.
I didn't notice with my crit 25 perception check.
You did not notice it earlier with your crit 25 perception check, but you do now. Now that you're
Okay,
still.
so is this at the stairs or is it in the room?
It's behind the stairs.
Wait, so
like from when you were standing
it's
back
behind the stairs that went up?
No. Behind these stairs that went up.
Okay, so like he would have seen it probably when he was like there?
Because you guys came from here.
Yeah, we came up from
and
there.
And then you were here.
Sorry, was he looking with anxiety at the stairs going up or the stairs going down?
The stairs going up.
Okay, sorry. That was my confusion. Like, I was wanting to make sure that he would.
And we can assume that like these stairs, they have like a railing or something. It's large. Your line of sight, like going across the way, is if we were using dynamic lighting, is a bit blocked. So that's why, in my mind, you wouldn't have noticed it until you came over here. But were you over here earlier? Was I wrong? Did you step over here?
Yeah, so what I had misunderstood was, I think you had said he was looking at the stairs going down with expectation or anticipation or something when we clocked it, with the perception check. And I thought these stairs were the ones going down, which they were, and then I misunderstood to think
to make myself feel,
he doesn't want to come here and put his back to these stairs going down because he's looking at the stairs going down. So I had him come around them so he wouldn't have his back to something.
Right.
But yeah, no. So now we'll just say, because like it's sort of the same direction, he could have misinterpreted where his eyes were specifically looking in the flickering light. So yeah, we'll say he's about here and he sees a hoof.
Yeah. So you would have actually seen the hoof right about here as you're walking forward, because your crit perception is still going on. Like, you are still going to notice anything. It's just, you are getting within a certain amount of feet of the thing I have hiding. That's really the trigger here.
Yes.
Okay, so you get to there. Are you on this side or are you on this side? Because we were here before, but you could also have been here.
So I was making my way to that side, but if this is where I would have seen it, then that's where I would have stopped.
Okay. All right. So you see it. There's a hoof. You don't see the rest of it. It's almost like cloaked in shadows. He doesn't seem to have noticed you. And behind you, Kurosaki is like, "There's nothing in here."
Okay.
How do you react, Bitte? I mean, you did hold your attack
Yes,
for the first
yeah,
time you saw
being-
something alien. Hooves.
Being true to what I had said, he will sharpshooter attack. So actually, hang on. Did we had sort of discussed at one point targeted shots to like try and like slow something down, knock something out of their hand,
Mhm.
and I don't remember what those mechanics were.
Well, what are you trying to do with this attack?
Well, he sees the hoof, but the hoof isn't moving. The hoof isn't acting.
Mhm.
Could he like try and like not nail it to the ground because that, I mean, just pure, like he's throwing bone things, like it's not going to pierce into metal, but to like cripple that fucking hoof.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing you can see. I definitely think if you get a good enough shot on it, you can try to slow it down. I also don't really quite remember that targeted shot, but I'm gonna go based on your attack to see how well it is, and we'll give you an understanding of that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I will not sharpshooter since I'm trying to have a particular effect. Let me mark off one dart and roll a dart.
Yeah.
Ignore the extra damage, so 5 piercing.
All right, so
With a-
the 26, is it -3 or is it doesn't have -3, does it?
No, that's for the sharpshooter.
Okay, so then it's just 26 plus 2, right? So 28.
No, sorry. So the -3 accounts for the +2 in the. Well, let me just look.
Yeah, because you're not sharpshooting, right? So you have 19 plus 4 plus 3 is your 26. I don't know if anything
Yeah. So
plus
the
strength
so
plus.
the
Then you should have a
so yeah,
plus
it would be a 28.
2 to attack, right? Yeah, 28. So
Yes.
yeah, you chunk your dart. It catches whatever it was by surprise. Whatever this thing that was lurking in the shadows, you could tell just by its scream, its alien like moan. This is something that everyone hears instantly. That it is, you've gotten it. You're so close, and just the way that the deck is, because it is still kind of organic. It's this hard shell. Almost like metal, but not quite. You're able to really get it in there, and you stop it. But then you feel this overwhelming presence just force itself upon you, this psychic pressure that seems to crush you. So I'm going to need 4 saving throws from you, wisdom saving throws.
4?
4. As these things
What?
pop out of the darkness.
There's multiples.
And Kurosaki behind you, you hear footsteps thumping as he starts running at you running at you from behind.
22, 6, 10, 20.
6, 10, 20. Okay, so you passed 2, you failed 2. Where did I have that thing?
I should have had the attack go for him. Fuck it.
Just like
But here we are.
murder whatever is out there. I mean, you definitely did some damage to him, but the 5.
I mean, beat the clock, this motherfucker.
What?
Beat the clock, this motherfucker. He's well aware of this dude's weirdness.
Yeah.
Weirdness. His one regret if he dies here will be that he didn't kill this dude first.
So let's see here. I need to do, oh gosh. So 2 of these you're gonna do. So you take half of this damage. So take half of 36.
Okay.
And then you'll take 19 as well. Do you have any resistance to psychic damage?
I do not have any resistance to psychic damage.
Okay, so this is their ready to action. This is their first turn since there's not really a surprise round. This is what they all do, basically. But let's roll initiative, and let's kind of get everything set
So I
up,
think
and then we will.
36 and all of 19.
What?
I take half of 36 and all of 19.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Are you
sorry. I'm
okay?
sorry. You need another. There should be another thing. I was wondering why that was kind of weird. And then at a 14 as well. I'm sorry, Biddy. So 19, 14, and half of 36.
I mean, I'm pretty positive I'm unconscious.
19, 14, and 18. 30, 42, 51.
Hey, you're still up. JJ.
Plus 10 temporary HP.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 10 temp.
You're good. It's definitely gonna hurt. It definitely is gonna hurt you. Okay. So these creatures emerge from the darkness from behind these stairs. They almost seem to like come out of the dark, like the shadows larger. They're still not gigantic, but they are weird. Let me just show you their picture.
And I wouldn't have just heard these motherfuckers breathing.
Nope. They don't need to breathe.
Well, they need to catch these fucking hands.
They are very silent. They have been waiting, as if trapped, or as if whatchamacallit, as if this was a trap. Haha! It was a trap all along. You never guessed
Are
it.
these the things with the hooves?
They are. And Bitte, you notice, look into their mouth. Big circle, teeth.
Oh, I see.
Immediately you guess that these are the creatures that have
Space chodes.
been preying upon whomever is here on the ship. The odd thing, though, is Benoto Kurosaki rushing at you from behind. Oh, man.
That's not odd at all.
That's so odd. It's the oddest thing in the world.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, shit. I already used my reaction to do the attack, so I can't Stone's Endurance that.
Well, you did your held action to do your attack, right? That wasn't your reaction.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Held actions are use your action and your reaction.
Okay, action and reaction. Okay, my bad. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So let's see here. Go a 9 for those creatures. Oh no, sorry, a 9.
Do we all roll initiative?
Yes, everyone should roll initiative, because you all heard the scream of pain by one of the creatures.
Damn it.
Why is this still? Again,
I forgot to click on my character.
no worries.
Or I did, but I was in like the measurement mode.
Fucking hell! Like one time, I really need initiative.
And this is going to go also to 9. Okay. All right. So the Sirlons acted.
As BTL said, I knew it, and screams in pain.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Delnadre. Y'all are up there. You kind of were dealing with the insects. Sartell is, I mean, I would say like at this time, she's kind of like on the ladder halfway up, because from when Sartell went up, Beneto or Kurosaki and all that stuff kind of happened very quickly. Bitte was looking around. Sartell hadn't quite got up the 2 flights of you're up 2 different levels of ladders. So I'd say you're about 30 feet in the air above them.
Okay, 30 feet. Are these guys like underneath these staircases?
They were, yes. But
Okay, so,
but they've kind of like stepped out a little bit so that you could see them from where you are.
I'm
And
gonna.
the one that took the 5 damage is which?
This one right here. Sorry.
Sweet.
We'll just do
Okay.
the
Well, actually, I'll move myself back real quick. Okay,
Right.
so quick as a bonus action, I am going to hide.
okay. Good.
Hope that I am hidden from these guys as I sneak forward and attempt to pop up and take a sneak attack.
Okay. So when you pop up and you look around, you can see this one that's down here has been basically bolted to the ground through a dart. And the other Surlons, we'll say 2 of them have stepped out a little bit. And there's still another one hiding over there. They're not moving closer to Bitte.
Slide over.
They seem to be giving him some room.
I'll slide over here. And I will attack the one that's already been injured.
Okay.
Let's make sure all my stuff is on. It is. I'm gonna roll with advantage, assuming that I was hidden. If I'm not, then just choose the first one.
Okay. All right.
That was the higher one anyway.
Yep.
So total of 16 if I had sneak attack.
Okay. This, I put it in the Discord, but that's what a Surlon looks like. What you guys are fighting. 6-legged creatures with hooves.
Wait, they have little clothes?
They do have clothes, yes. They are intelligent.
Intelligent enough to do a sneak attack.
Mm-hmm. Quite intelligent.
Nah, they're fucking empty vessels. It's all Bonotto.
Yeah, 16 damage.
16 piercing damage.
16 piercing damage. Yeah, he squeals. Its scream this time pierces your mind. It's telepathically screaming into everybody in this room. You can tell, even by just the way that it came across, these creatures are the reason you were hearing that noise that Flapjack was wary.
That makes sense. That makes so much sense. If possible, I'm gonna, without really changing my position, try and like lean back a little bit so I can break line of sight with any of them.
Okay.
And Tansy, for Tansy's turn, is gonna fly down 30 feet. Do I have? Yeah, that's not great. Oh well. Tansy's gonna fly over and give the help action to Bite against this fucker, and then she's gonna like fly behind him.
Nice. All right. Benoto Kurosaki rushing behind you, Bitte, runs up, tackles. He's going to attempt to grapple you. So let's get...
Give me an athletics check, bitch.
What?
Give me an athletics check, bitch.
He's coming. He's coming at it. It's not great. It is not great at all. I'll
show you greatness, motherfucker. He just fucking headbutts him as he comes in.
Yeah, he kind of rushes over, and now that he's like running and you see it a bit more, he was kind of like galloping a little bit as he was running, but he tries and he fails. He kind of gets shoved off and kind of slides around and looks at you, and he's like, "Argh." This weird voice coming out. Yeah.
Vita's bleeding from his nose and ears, and just roars right back in his fucking face. For the
Not
sake of
like
ears.
that. In fact, that seems to roll me intimidation on that.
Intimidation.
Yeah, pretty good. It causes the Surlons to kind of step back. They've already used their Psychic Crush this turn, so they're just going to kind of give you some space. This one over here is going to do what he can to try to grab at that dart, but isn't able to kind of get it out. Actually, let me check there how well he's doing it. regard.
Wait, where's Rosemary in the initiative?
Oh yeah, Rosemary, where are you?
I got an 8, so I should be right after these guys.
Okay. We'll be
Okay,
sure
cool.
to add you then.
Or maybe even before those guys, depending on their deck score, because if
What-
they're also an 8.
Is your deck score 2?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll keep it the same order then because they have a 2 as well.
Okay.
So there we go. Excellent. Okay. So with a 6, he is unable to pull himself out of that of the dart to free himself, and he is stuck where he is. Benito used his stuff to run after him, so it is Rosemary's turn.
All right. First off, I would like to use conjure animals to get 8-star wolves, like I did during the boarding. And I would like them to put themselves between Bitte and these things.
Okay. How many? What's the distance on summoning those wolves?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. Yeah. So you summon them down there. We're gonna have to get you
Yeah.
some things on some creatures for how to be star wolves.
Yeah, and I feel like Rosemary's just like gonna run up and like lean over the barrier and just like summon them. I want to put like at least 2 over here. So like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then wherever the last 2 can fit.
Okay. If you could drag and drop the animal thing that you have, because we're coming
Yeah.
up on the end of our session right now, so put them all in the area, and I will create a star wolf for you, and we'll fill it in for next time. So these wolves just kind of like coalesce out of the lights, the from the essence that's just in the air as Rosemary commands nature to obey and assist.
And then
Quickly turning
can
the
I
tides.
cast a first level spell as a bonus action?
Not
If I
since
just
you've
did that.
casted a spell already. Unless I'm mistaken, Blake, you're a bit better on that rule side.
Correct.
She could
You've
cast a
used
cantrip, though, if she had that.
Yeah, I can do a
Yes.
cantrip, but I don't have a healing cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot cast 2 leveled spells in one turn.
Then yeah, because guidance is an action,
Mhm.
and so is thorn weapon. But those are my, and even druidcraft is an action, surprisingly.
Huh.
I think though Rosemary just seeing like Bitte get like fucked up, so she commands those wolves, and then can I drop myself down right next to Bitte? Like if
It
I just
is-
jump over the railing?
It is a 30-foot drop, so if you want to take some damage.
3d6 damage. I'll do that.
Okay.
Because I just saw Bitte get like fucked up, and I do not want him to be alone.
Okay. All right. Now, if you want, you can try to aim for one of the Surlons and see if you can split that damage.
Sure. Yeah.
Which
I'll
one are you gonna?
land on top of either a Surlon or Benotto.
Okay. So I'm gonna need you to roll me a athletics check. Yeah, that seems about good. Athletic or acrobatics, your choice. Oh, athletics is good.
Ooh.
Okay, good.
Well, I have a +2 to acrobatics, so if we can get a dirty 20 in there.
Rosemary Bone Crusher with the bionic elbow from the top row.
The people's elbow coming down. You know, I think you're good enough already. If you had missed, it was going to be a possibility of hitting one of your Star Wolves, but you know, you're good enough with the 18. Don't need to make another roll. You come down.
You're like a flying elbow from the top rope.
Pretty much, yeah. Pick the Surlon that you want to jump onto.
This
Okay,
guy.
the injured one. All right, and
Yeah.
roll me 3d10, 3d6.
3d10 or 3d6. Okay.
That's falling, right? Yeah, it's 1d6 per 10 feet.
Yeah, it's 1d6 per 10 feet.
Okay, you take 4, they take 4 as you run down, and then you'll put yourself right there in that empty space.
Yeah. Surrounded by wolves.
Yep.
No. Okay.
All right, Bitte.
I gotta do some. I gotta do some Tetris. There we go.
Yeah.
You got friends.
Yeah. So did y'all hear me say the hunter's mark? I can't remember if I was pushing when I was talking.
I heard a bubble, but nothing came through.
Okay. Yeah. So Beta will cast hunter's mark on Bonotto, and he'll kind of toss his he'll drop his torch behind him, so it still casts light, but it's not but he can use both hands, and he's going to stare at Bonotto as he's a little shaken by Beta's stalwartness in the face of getting royally fucked up. Beta's going to say, I have heard the wanton cries of shape changers like you in the past. They were lucky. I ran then. And he's going to swing twice with the warhammer taken from the Durgar that had turned his one of his dearest friends against him in madness.
All right, I love it. Fitting. Bonotto, Kurosaki.
Yes.
Right, the 20 hits, but the 9 does not. Oh, does wolves give themselves pack tactics, right?
Yeah, they have pack tactics for themselves, but unless they're flanking,
Yeah,
they don't.
nobody's flanking Bonito on the other sides, so.
Yeah, there's not room.
Got it. All right,
Okay,
so
11 damage.
What was that?
11 damage.
11 damage. All right. So, the warhammer comes down on his shoulder. You hear this weird, sickly crack underneath, not like the crack of typical human bones, but an imitation of it. And Elena, still kind of like up there, stands across right there from Delnadre and pulls something out of her pocket, some sort of little device. Ben's extending it. You can hear her talk to Flapjack. Flapjack, can you hear me? But all that there is just static. She turns to Delnadre. We need to get out of here. We don't need to stay here any longer. Do you think we can... What do you think? Do you think we can make a run for it? Or should we fight?
I don't... Good luck convincing B-Day.
It's a good point. Well, look, deal with this problem. I'm going to go back and get Flapjack. Looks like I might be able to ram the ship in, get us a quick escape. Just be ready. I don't know which wall we'll come from, but we'll come through. And she's going to like slide down over here, and is going to kind of like just dive forward, and she's going to disappear and run off. And that's where we're going to end our session for right now. As Captain Sartell is running back to the ship to get some help. The party engaging with these alien things. Their once cautious ally turned unexpectedly into an enemy. Nobody guessed it, right?
Nope.
We all guessed it immediately, but we were letting you have your fun.
Well, of course. I think this group is the wrong group to try to pull one like that on. I mean, how many times have I done this? It's happened a while.
You, in particular, have burned me so badly, I will not trust any NPC that you give me ever again.
I don't even think you guys really trust Sartell. Like, I'm fairly certain there's even, like, an ounce of, like...
I don't trust Sartell. We were like, we should have a prisoner. She's like, to torture, right? And we're like...
Yeah. Sartell, when we met Sartell, ooh, sassy space baddie pirate. Okay. 10 minutes into interacting, it's like, oh, you're just kind of a bad person, actually.
I think Del kind of likes Sartell.
Like, Rosemary wants to like Sartell, but Rosemary is like too like aligned on the good spectrum to actually like.
Yeah, no, like
Rosemary's like, I can fix her.
I think Dell is just kind of like, yeah, Sartell is pretty open with being a bad person, and to him that almost makes her trustworthy.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Because it's like, I mean, if she's a terrible person. If she was gonna try to screw us over or something, I mean, she would have done it already. Or
Yeah,
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's anything conniving there. It's just like, ah, yeah, if I could have sold you guys as slaves, I would have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she.
Yeah, no.
She's like, yeah.
Carson is like, how dare you disrespect that flump? They're they're beautiful ethereal creatures and they must be protected. But Beta's like, yes, you are also on the same page that I should have been allowed to stomp that fucker's chest in.
It's gonna be.
She's the one that gets it because she lost her planet too.
Yeah, a whirlwind of emotion coming out of here.
Yeah.
So
Also, something that I kind of missed the beat for, but over the course of the nights as they're going through this and in the mornings, if it's not seen, along his now like more exposed, like more of his chest is exposed because he's just got the bone chest piece there, but like along his like ribs and obliques, Beta is carving in giant the names of the people of all his loved ones back on Toril, and he's carving them into his skin and rubbing ash and charcoal into the wounds.
Will he allow Rosemary to potentially help with that process? Because I imagine she probably like knows something about like ritual scarring, but also how to like not let it get infected.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you let it get infected, it's not gonna read right.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a tattoo artist.
I'm not a tattoo artist, but I can keep it from like getting the staph infection.
Yeah, I can definitely see like Rosemary noticing Beta doing this, and he's like down on his knees, and he's like rubbing it in, and then just like her just wordlessly coming over and just being present and tending with it.
Yeah. Well, like I don't even really need to like bring it up. It's just like, okay, I understand. Let me help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. which as Beta would have communicated in the past to her, like tattoos for Goliaths is like one of the biggest fucking no-nos. Because like your markings are Destiny's map upon you. And this is him saying, no, Destiny can fuck itself. I will rewrite what I need to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're using this as like a way to like, yes. Remember. So you're doing. Are you doing this under the assumption that Toril has already been lost? Or as a preparation for
no, he doesn't think Toril's already lost. He's going to do whatever he needs to save it, and he's going to tear through whatever he needs to in his way.
Okay.
So that's that. He's like, okay, the destiny that's laid out in front of me that I can see is unacceptable, and so I am rewriting destiny.
Okay. And you said you're writing it in giant?
In the name literally in the name of his 5 children, his partners, his lover, his 6 siblings, and his 2 mothers.
You have a really big family.
Yeah,
like and they're not even like cousins.
His parents, who he loves and is close with.
Yeah,
they're on there too.
Wonderful. Well, that's what we're going to call it for today. I hope everyone enjoyed listening to us as we delve through this forgotten or derelict ship. The secrets hidden within have just revealed themselves in the form of evil alien creatures. 6-hooved, 3-fingered Surlons are preparing to come down and feast upon the party. Unless they were able to...
One-eyed, one-horned, fine purple people eater.
Unless they were able to fend off we hope you'll join us next time. I know we've taken a little bit of a break since I had my second kid, as I did with my first kid, but we're going to try to get back into it, hopefully find ourselves come back together here in June by the end of it, as well as being rejoined by Levi next time. We'll have to see what sort of shenanigans he gets into as he tries to reconnect with the party as he runs through the ship. I hope you enjoyed watching.
God.
We are Everybody's
Poor
Mimic. My name is Corey. I was joined by, well, who was I joined by? Who's out? Call off. Sound off.
Person playing Beat the Yeti Mated.
Ray playing Rosemary Bone Crusher and 8 Wolves.
And Blake playing Delnadre Muricas.
And Tansy.
And Dancy.
And we make up Everybody's Mimic, -1. So hope you'll join us next time. Bye-bye.